My name is Liam. I'm 24. My business is going to do about $6 million in revenue this year.
Okay.
And we do apparel for TV shows on limited time exclusive drops.
Apparel. Okay, so you partner with you partner with Shark Tank, right?
Welcome back to Daily Revenue Report. Alex Hormozi breaks down a $6 million apparel business that's secretly bleeding from one fatal mistake, and it's killing their growth right now. In this high-level discussion, Alex Hormozi goes head-to-head with a founder scaling anime merch drops, exposing why paid ads are capping them out, and the exact shift that could unlock explosive growth overnight. If you want raw, no-fluff business strategy from people like Alex Hormozi and other entrepreneurs that actually scales, you need to hear this. So hit that subscribe button because we drop videos like this every single day.
Okay. I'm saying hypothetically. So you partner with a TV show, and then you make Shark Tank merch, and then they drop that merch on their show, and you deliver.
We market it ourselves. We drop it through our channel. So it's a collaboration, but it's all through our own channels.
But you obviously get to use their brand in the advertising, and then you do some sort of like split on the profits, I'm guessing. Yes?
Okay, kind of like a licensing deal.
Okay, great. So you're doing $6 million. What's internal revenue? Or rather, what's gross profit, and then what's internal revenue? So that's kind of three numbers there.
Gross profit this year, we're going to be running at about 10 to 15%. And
gross?
30% last year.
So $6 million is what you made. That's how many shirts were bought, right? Okay. $6 million of shirts are bought. What do you sell a shirt for? What does it cost you fully loaded?
$50 for a shirt, and it costs us about $12.
Damn. Okay. Okay. So you got 38 on 50, right? Is what you're making, right?
Anime shirt.
Yep.
Okay. Fantastic. Now, so what's that? That's 75% ish gross margin, somewhere in there. Okay. So that's fine. Now, of that $38, what's the split between you and the TV show?
Each license is negotiated independently. It can range from 5% to 25%, depending on the size of the IP.
Oh, so they get 5%. So they would get $2.50 per shirt, all the way to getting, $12 a shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not bad. Okay, this is workable. So I'm just going to say like midpoint. Let's just say midpoint is $10. All right, we'll be aggressive with it. So $10. So you actually get $28 per shirt on a $50 shirt. Call it 25 with other shit. So 50% is what we're working off of. Okay, so what was net profit?
Let's say like 10%.
Got it, 10%.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the problem?
We've completely capped out on we do almost exclusively paid traffic on Meta and TikTok. Okay. We drive people to a wait list for the drop. We hype the drop up, and then we do a launch.
Okay.
And the pricing model, we base it off of what we acquire a lead for. And the problem is our cash flow becomes super inconsistent because each IP performs wildly differently in terms of how much revenue we generate. And some waitlists will convert at like a 25% waitlist to purchase ratio. Some will convert at 5%. And so we need a more cost-effective way to acquire leads.
Right.
Essentially, we're just dead in the water.
Yeah.
So I would, and I don't know what Alex is going to say here, but I would build up different Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat. I mean, yeah, pretty much just those channels, TikTok, all about different anime shows. Especially if I have a consistent licensing deal, I would make it about that one show. But also general accounts, general anime memes, and all of these different things. And I would just drive traffic to these waiting lists through these all the time. And I would just have this constant email list buildup. And then I would drop these on top of them with the paid ads as well. That's what I would do, because you can get millions and millions of views a month doing that. And that could turn into tens of thousands of people added to your email list for free every single month. That's exactly what I would do.
So I think that the big thing that's actually missing for you is predictive data. So you being able to say, like, you're like, well, they perform wildly differently. Well, the more you do it and the more data you track, the less wild it should be. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So if you were to take somebody, I'll give you an example, a simple example. If somebody else were to go launch a book, right? And they have, call it 4 million, YouTube followers, whatever. And I launch a book and I have 4 million YouTube followers. Why is it that my book is going to sell way more than theirs, right? You should be able to answer that question quantitatively. And so that'll take a lot of the guesswork and the volatility around which brands you partner with and the power of the negotiation. Because I'm sure there's some deals where they thought their brand was significantly more valuable than it really was. And there's probably other brands, and this is probably even sometimes more often the case, a brand that they don't think it's that valuable at all. And in fact, it's actually super valuable in terms of the people who are willing to buy. Yeah. Okay. So thing one is predictive data. Thing two, have you considered going to influencers and doing this exact same model?
Okay. Oh.
We have.
This is why Alex is the GOAT. He's literally saying go to social media influencers, create the merch for them, have them drop it on their channels, plus your channel if need be. And then you can do literally the same licensing deal. But the licensee comes with the traffic. Sorry, the licensor comes with the traffic. This is why Alex is the man.
The big thing is emotional relevancy to the show or to whatever the IP is. So a lot of influencers, not doing particularly well for something like that, where it's like a really good example is the Milk Boys with Full Send, right? Find a commonality with the audience. They have a hierarchy of brand over, they treat themselves like ambassadors. We've looked at it, we've interviewed you, but the numbers just never made sense to us.
Well, I mean, like, I feel like they should, because like you're taking premium TV shows, which have a lot of times smaller audiences than like some big creators do.
You're honestly right.
I mean, Mr. Beast can drop a T-shirt and do your entire year's revenue in like a day.
Yeah.
You can dive deeper into the creator economy, leverage your already existing audience. You don't have to spend so heavily on ads.
Yeah, and they'll collab it with you.
Yeah, it's pretty smart. Look at him; he's dazed.
And there's a zillion of them, and a lot of them don't make money.
But I will do it.
And they're not going to be hardcore negotiators. Sorry, go ahead.
All of the IP collecting are in a specific niche.
Yeah.
And as we retain a whole lot of the IP, we can renew these releases over and over again.
Okay.
And that makes us
so don't stop
an acquisition target when we have all these relevant IP.
You mean just the T-shirts that you're allowed to use and the ads that you can run for them?
Exactly, because all the TV shows, they're anime TV shows.
Oh, word. I got it. So you're super niche. I didn't hear the anime part at the beginning. Okay. All right. So the issue is what? Is the issue is that like it's not growing as fast as you want? And I mean, what kind of exit do you want?
I would like to get positioned for like a 4 to 5x EBITDA within 2 years, in like the 10 plus range.
Well, who wants to? So, okay, I'm going to say it back to you. So basically, like, you want to make like $3 or $4 million on a sale?
Yeah.
Okay. Who would be an acquirer for a business like this? Who's the buyer?
No idea.
Big media distribution companies. There's a whole bunch of moving into westernizing this Japanese IP. There's some pretty big players, multiple billions of dollars in space now.
Yeah, but if they're
buy for the customer list and all the exclusive IP.
I have two pieces of
exclusive rights.
Yeah, I have two pieces of relatively kind of maybe bad news. So bad news number one is that multi-billion-dollar companies don't write $4 million checks. It's de minimis, right? It doesn't move the needle.
Good point.
The second issue is that the nature of what you do is not that complicated. Like I can just have the show and make my own T-shirt.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not saying, believe me, I'm not saying this because I want to blow your balloon up. That's not my point. I'm just going to, because I want to help. So you're all in anime. I mean, what about anime creators? There's tons of those.
Yeah.
Even in that niche.
Yes, this is what we're looking at doing next, is building out a really solid ambassador program, and scaling to it.
I mean, you could build, I think the ambassador program, so if we're talking about high leverage, right? I think the ambassador program is really smart for a couple of reasons. Thing one is that each of the ambassadors themselves, once they could go promote each of these other products and then make money. Kind of like you build your own, functionally, a TikTok shop of t-shirts via ambassadors who are pushing them because they think the t-shirt's sick. That's not that hard of a push, and a lot of people would sell that, right? You'll then see which ambassadors have the most pull. So you'll get early data. And then what I was talking about earlier with predictive data, you will then be able to say, oh, we have 1,000, ambassadors of people who are micro and nano creators and maybe mega creators around anime. And we're going to make t-shirts for the top 100 of them and do drops so that every week we do 2 drops a week for these creators. And they're going to go promote other t-shirts for the premium brands that you were talking about, the IP, throughout the year. But they themselves will do 2 drops for themselves, which will pull way fucking harder anyways.
Okay, so just to make sure I understand this, it would be partnering with larger creators, doing drops relevant to their audience, building a relationship, and then that would also double dip where they would promote for our exclusive IP releases as well.
Yeah.
I like that play.
That's actually a really good idea.
All right. Thanks.
And that's the difference. Alex Hormozi isn't guessing. He's showing you exactly where the leverage is and why most businesses stay stuck while a few scale fast. This wasn't about working harder. It was about fixing the bottleneck and playing the game at a higher level. If you actually caught what Alex Hormozi laid out in this discussion, you already know what needs to happen next. So hit that subscribe button because we drop videos like this every single day.